Hey y'all. Yeah, I felt the need to come on and give a little bit of a message, and I kind of was contemplating it, but I didn't really know if I was going to do that or not. And I'm kind of in this energy right now where I guess I just wanted to open up and talk about love and unconditional love. And I don't have a lot of people right now just there for me, I guess, when I really need it, and that's what the space is and for me. So I'm gonna just do that right now. So what is it, July 3rd? It's really hard what's happening right now with the masculine frequency and what's happening. And this switch. I'm just no good when me and my husband are we can talk about it. Every time, Mr. Emperor, when it comes to the emotions, we want to escape it. Every time. How long is the divine feminine pouring it out, This is the most painful thing. Because she's like, it's you, I can't even make a move, and I'm just sitting here pouring out my authenticity because I have to rise into my own power. I have to at some point feel like, what, I have power. I don't just, exist to stimulate this emperor frequency. I don't just exist to stimulate my husband. I wish he could hear me with that. Sometimes, I don't think that the way that the old paradigms was set up for masculines really helps them understand how emotionally dismissive they really are. You can't really be walking around in 2025 being I'm sorry, being emotionally wounded, being I can't even hear your emotions. I can't even respond to what you're saying. I can't even hold what you're saying. I can't even hold the perspective of who you are to me, what the relationship is that you have is to me, at the same time as you just expressing a low level light feeling that is just about you getting that rectified, getting acknowledgement for that, or just recognizing it in yourself. But I think I needed this moment because every time that this energy lets me down, I've learned this about marriage or just through partnership in general. It's because I have made my independence. I have the place that I can go that I know real people traffic, and I can't help anybody else, but I know real people traffic it. I know I have my own sense of value. And I think that's what this journey with my own partner was always meant to show me is he's not responsible for Tethered Studios. It's not I couldn't have made this on my own, but he triggers me so much that I just fucking become what I'm really supposed to be. Because I can't hold all the pain sometimes that love causes me. I really have to do a lot of releasing because it's hard. It's really hard. But this is going to be the divine masculine's response to that every time. Zooming off, it's too much to mix with, and blocking you outside of it, keeping us outside of our own thing. And that's what the whole point is. It's not material goods, it's not money, it's not a certain outcome, it's not a result. If you are fucking lucky enough to be partnered with a soulmate mirror to you, it's like getting to be with yourself all the time. And I think right now we're dealing with this emperor frequency. The masculine frequency has to understand there is nowhere to run. You can be in partnerships with people and completely emotionally and spiritually gaslight to where this is the dynamic. I just know my partner is the person who just takes whatever, shuts the fuck up, and then just pours it out on their own later. But I regulate, and I hope you regulate too, because when I regulate my emotions, I'm able to come back to a higher perspective. Do you get what I'm saying? But this energy right here is what you'll be left with, because I think right now divine masculines are not realizing, like, you're just giving the feminines like a super leg up, because what dealing with your wounding has taught people to do around you, especially feminine frequencies, this is within all of us, it has taught the feminine frequency the real reality, which is like they've learned how to alchemize, they've learned how to do like a higher level amount of magic and accountability. And this stunting, unfortunately, is not constructive. This isn't really a good answer, because you're not developing the things you need to do. And you're still like, I'm just gonna run, go loop with some, go juggle, and lock myself out of what I really wanted. That doesn't do anything. And I think it's just a general message where it's like, this is all that I think the masculine at this time, like, because of how wounded they are, that's all they really know how to create. And I think that's what you're being reverberated. Whatever you're projecting on your feminine right now is actually a you thing. It's a you situation, because you're feeling this. You're feeling like you're still juniored, you're still struggling. This is what I'm saying. The divine feminine is like, you just can't, we're all gonna go through something like this where we feel locked out of what we want or whatever, but it's about how you treat people when you go through that. And if the divine feminine is like, you don't treat people that great whenever you're going through hard times, and they just hold you accountable to that, and your response is like, shut the fuck up, like, I didn't do anything you said I did. It doesn't matter, because the whole point is the divine is trying to show you a mirror. The divine is trying to show you what you do, you know? And again, Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles, your presence, your energy, your masculine is all that was asked for. This isn't about the material world, right? This is physically showing up and respond. This is about being honest, because you can even this situation just by telling the truth about how this really, you're attracted to this truth, you know? But I just feel like I can only go so long today. I've gotten it from like opportunities that I was really excited about were just like giving me, like today, you know, my own partner was doing this to me today, you know, just shit that I've been, like, it just doesn't even matter. But it's like, it's the type of shit where it's just like, you know, look at this. This is all aligned, but it can't always feel like this. It can't always feel like that there's a giant, I'm taking on the Eight of Swords, whatever that is. And I think until the masculine has enough time to reflect, that this is what you do. This is literally what you do. You have to understand, if you're in a masculine physique, if you're in a masculine energy, you have to pay attention to this. Because the type of woundings that have derived from the patriarchy are not something that are going to go away overnight. You have to recommit yourself, just like we recommit ourselves to like anti-racism, right? Anti-discrimination, anti-homophobia. When we actually are actively living those anti-racist life, it means it's a recommitment in the now. And I felt like I've been getting from so many masculines like excusing things, which is not sustainable for you. It has nothing to do, like, I'm gonna cry about whatever, but it's not gonna be sustainable for you. Because here's the thing, where it's like, you know, and look, I'm so in the situation I'm in right now. It's all crazy. It's all just like, it really is. But I'm getting this out right now. Right? You know? It's the spiritual development that's just like, I don't know how to deal with it right now, because there are things spiritually that I feel like masculines in general need to develop. Like you just need to develop, because I think it's the problem is like many masculines were healed by feminines, but this is what's coming up in the wash is like, what part of your healing was just your feminine doing the work for you, like helping you get out of a situation. Because now you're being asked, you're in the empire, you're full now, you're not in the deficit anymore, but now you have to be able to generate that shit on your own. You can't just be like feminine, because, right? And I think right now, because I can see it in my husband's behavior, this freaks him out. He's not able to like make the shit shake that he wants. He's not like, there's certain starts that aren't taking off, and he's like feeling locked out of his own shit. But this is where avoiding your feelings and suppressing other people, that's why this is not moving. This is not moving. Because it's not about what we do. It's not about the result. It's not perfection. It's not like you're married to me, or you're a partner, or you're connected to someone because you give this. It's not conditional. This is unconditional. When God is asking you to just be present with your energy, when God was trying to tell you, they are not asking you for anything. It's you they want. It's you. Like, I just want this emperor to hear this from me. It's like, your partner it doesn't matter. We don't have to do anything. We can do everything. This energy is like, it's just to be able to look in your own eyes. And so when the masculine thinks that, internalizes that people, because this is what I said was so horrible about how masculines are treated. I would hate to be a man. I really would. I would not want this incarnation to be a man. It's like a sucky gender. So it is. Because this is what they expect of men. And if you don't get some specific niche, all men have this giant festering wound of where they don't feel like they're enough. They feel like they're juggling, they're not stable enough, and then they always feel locked out of their shit. So like, when a man gets to that place, what do? You know, because this is all they've been told. It's what you can create. It's how much money you have. It's how much access you have that makes you loved by a partner. And that's not what makes you loved by a partner. What makes you loved by a partner is that you're exactly like them. That it's like being with my own soul when I'm around you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's a spiritual thing. And right now I just feel like there's so much spiritual dismissal from this emperor. Spiritual dismissal. Because you actually think when you can't provide, then your wounding is inflating. I can tell you feel like you can't provide something and it's pissing you off, even if it's just something for yourself, and then therefore for other people. You know, if you feel like you can't provide something for someone, that is exactly when this happens. But unconditional love it was never about what a man could do for a woman. And I'm sorry to all the feminines that do that tell you, like, I don't want no man who can't do this, and this. When they're not gonna fucking give me, they're karmic as fuck too. Because the reality is the only real sensation I can tell you from being in love with a soulmate is it's not a guarantee of fucking anything. It doesn't mean Dennis is gonna make my life happen for me. It means that I get the benefits of being able to really reflect on myself. You ever been around someone who's self-reflected before, and you know how different that is from someone who never reflects on their own self? Right. That's why when you get to a high-level soulmate connection, you see those couples out in the world, or you see those people out in the world, it's like, whoa, they're in divine union, you know? Come on, just go if you're gonna go. Okay. The cat's gonna fuck up the video every time, right? But the real thing that I'm saying is, like, I don't want to do anything in this life if it's gonna affect you being present with me. Like, we don't need to go do anything, really, because the most important thing to me is that I get to see an accurate mirror, and I'm just tired of my cup not reflecting partnerships that I'm in, like masculine energies. Like, I'm tired of my divine feminine is like exhausted from it just never being mirrored, because it was never about like, I need you guys for money, I'm desperate for this, I'm desperate for that, and then you just run the other way, or I need you for access, I need you to provide something for me. I don't need a provider. I don't. And then I don't need you to like take out your rage because you can't meet this. This was never going to be possible for the emperor. You see, because this is playing it too small. I think the emperor doesn't realize it's like, you're an emperor. You need to hold yourself as an emperor. You're getting pissed off and projecting all this spiritual unseen shit that the feminine is like, hey, I'm having to pour this out because you keep doing this every time you get triggered by this. But you're only getting triggered by this because you haven't transformed. You haven't paid attention. It's like, you're not this small anymore. You're an emperor. You're not you were never that, you know. And it's the wound that was spoken over men. This is why I really, really fucking care about connecting with masculines right now. Everybody is running the opposite way. Like, everybody right now in the new age shit is like, fuck men, can we just like get separation from them? And I'm like opposite. I'm like, somebody's got to be able to embrace these guys, because it's crucial, because we just need this. We need men to be able to tell the truth about what they're actually attracted to, period. Because the presence of you in a situation where you're actually aligned and attracted to it will balance it on its own. This isn't a coin, right? It's not even a cup of love. It's not even, you don't even gotta be psychic. This is your nature, masculine. Your nature, your wand, your magic ability that runs through you. You just need to tell the truth about who you get that from and stay grounded in that. If you're lucky enough, like my husband, to have somebody that does that for you on command, then you need to stay grounded in the present moment, that like, they do not need you to start changing and being emotionally unstable, because you're looking back at the third dimension. You keep being materialistic. You're still coming out of your ego body, which is decimated at this point, so it's not even a positive thing to be trying to pull from. But you keep doing this, right? You go off, you give this wandering, non-committal ass energy, you juggle people and their feelings, you make people feel shut out. That's like shit. It's a shit pinata. When you were just being asked to be present, you're being asked to say, like, you already do enough. You didn't have to go do that stuff. You didn't. But then it's like I'm just getting down. It's like there's this emperor that's like going and doing all this stuff that no one asked you to really do for them. They really, like, truly, it was just like acknowledgement. Like, it's just a feeling that I feel like this emperor is like not realizing, like, the empress for you is just like mirrors you. She has all the same things you have. So she's literally in an equality based paradigm. Just like, I feel like I see my soul in you, and I would love more opportunities to see that be mirrored in my life, you know, just in general, literally. And I think this is this problem with this emperor feeling like they gotta let go of this. You're not a provider for others. The real nature of the universe is that you can only provide that which you give yourself. So everyone should be focusing on nurturing, providing, all of those things, because it's a full spectrum experience we're having as human beings. You know what I mean? Titty's gonna knock this camera, I promise you. So that's what I'm saying. This is the emperor realizing, like, I've got to let go of this idea that, like, I'm not gonna be perfect at taking care of someone. The only thing you need to do to take care of someone is be in your nature. As long as you are committing and telling the Most High, this person naturally I resonate with, not on some fraud shit, not on some mask shit, not on some ego shit, but on some real shit, I really resonate with this, that already balances it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people have given up on me because they're like, Alexis, I can't help you anymore. I can't give you anymore. I can't pay anymore. I can't meet your expectation. I'm like, I don't have an expectation. I see myself in you. I'm already doing for myself. I didn't even ask you to do the shit you're so bent up about. Like, I'm not asking you to make me any money. I've never asked you to make me any money. I don't even need drugs. I don't need anything from anyone. I don't need any dentist. I don't need anything from you, bro. It's just this. This alone is what got me to Tethered Studios, is what got me to fucking heal my body, is what got me to fall back in love with myself, is what got me open to new loving connections in life. Like, it was just by being reminded that, like, the person that was for me, this is all I get out of it. You know, and I've had a lot of people come up to me judging my marriage, talking all this shit about, like, what they don't, like, why don't you and Dennis, like, try for certain things? Like, you guys aren't really successful. And I'm like, because the thing you actually get from divine partnership is the presence of being affirmed that someone's nature backs you up. They don't even have to try. It's going to be in alignment with you, you know? But that was what you were being brought through in the recent past, you know, masculine. You were. When it comes to your Six of Cups, you know? And I just feel that way, you know? Because your Queen of Wands doesn't want any, like, this is what I'm saying. What's trying to come down right now with this message to this emperor is like, dude, there is a giant deficit of spiritual acknowledgement, a giant 1818, a giant fear of, like, how much you know you have been withholding your water, you know? Why are you withholding your water? That's all we need from you. Like, withholding your water means you're going to be gaslighting someone's intuition, right? And you can't do that if you're going to go into partnerships with feminine. Feminines are the conceptual, non-visible space, the completely intuitive. And so you know, we have to address it. The homophobia that runs them in, the unreconciled, the ways that, like, role reversals have fucked up men and their sexuality. Like, a lot of men are in relationships with women right now. Believe it or not, a lot of these guys that flex their girl on the internet, this is how they really do them. They don't water them, though. Nobody's safe here. They don't water them for real. This ain't about some fucking grass is greener shit. No, I'm saying this is, like, the general consensus for the collective. Because if we're gonna come into, when you can't deny the emotions, you know, because this is how the emperor responds. Like, your queen, someone has to come, your partner has to be like, the feminine is like, hey, I need emotional acknowledgement. And the emperor's response every time is, fuck no. It's always fuck no. Why? What do you lose by someone being like, hey, you just hurt my feelings? Oh my God, my bad. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because it's always provoking this deep-seated issue that you have with the fact that, like, you weren't raised to be able to take care of yourself. Because they had you focusing on dumb shit in the first place. Like, even the way, like, I watch my partner build business and stuff, it's like, I'm like, you know, nobody's asking anything of you. You don't have, like, people don't like, I have to tell my, he's a fucking capsule, and someone was like, people don't like you for what you do. They would just like you. And he hasn't had this breadth of like experience where it's like, I feel like he's been around enough people who like unconditionally like, are mature enough to like, you know, he's like had a lot of friends in his past and like whatever, but we've been kind of isolated in recent years. And it's like, you know, I don't think he's had enough like experiences with people. Like, it's like, it isn't what you give me. It's not what we can go get. You know, I don't want to go on some date with you and just be miserable. I don't want to go on, you know, that's not what this is about. Because I'm always just gonna be like, I just want to make sure our presence is good. That's it. That's it. That's it. You know, that is truly it. And I'm telling you, there is not a masculine on this planet. It's in me, right? I have to take this information, right? Where I have to look at where like my divine feminine is like, it wants spiritual acknowledgement. It's not about what it can go get. It just wants to be able to express. And right now I've been like publicly crying and like da-da-da-da, but it's because it's my divine masculine acknowledging that it doesn't have to, right now, like I have no money. I don't have a way to get around, like I don't have anything, right? I don't have anything. And I know my masculine is like feeling like that could make you feel purposeless, because in the old world, like if you didn't have any of those things as a man, like, or as a masculine person in the world, like you were nothing in the old system. So I understand that right now the masculine frequency, the emperor in me, is feeling that, where it's like, I must have failed. I didn't provide anything. I can't provide anything. And the whole time, I think this is a time where, since the feminine has to rise, since there was such an imbalance, the feminine is asking to rise. That's why all the things most of us are being asked to do right now that are downloading are all these things. Because we've built enough. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I haven't done enough stuff. But this experience is about the other stuff. This is what the world needs more balancing of. They don't need more emperors dominating. We need to like let the intuitive, emotional truths also come out in a feminine way, in a way that's not calculated, in a way that's not algorithmic, in a way that is just extemporaneous and wild and uncontrollable. But it is just like, you need to be able to let yourself overflow. And I feel like I am leading in that right now. Like I was just sitting here, you know, I didn't have anyone to talk to. My partner just like really needed space for me, you know, because he was going through this, what I feel like he was like being an example for what was like happening right now with the masculine frequency, because the masculine is hitting this right now, where they feel like I have no use. Like, I think a lot of masculines are giving up right now because they think, oh, I can't affect, like, they think, like, it's not, like, whether it's distance, money, time, limitations, whatever. It's like, for my divine counterpart, I can't do anything for them right now. And I think they're giving up on it because they think I can't do anything for them right now. When in reality, your divine counterpart, the universe are pushing you to your divine counterpart right now in the circumstance where it feels like the masculine can't really make any moves, because actually what they need from you is this part of you, which will heal you too, masculine. It will heal your masculine too, to be able to express more fluidity, to not be suppressing, to literally erupt with your intuitive, psychic, emotional feelings that everything about the Matrix told you to, right? Because the Matrix, remember, it was all this. It's just one gender. It's just fucking masculine. It was just God is a him. I hear you guys say it every fucking day. I gotta give praises to him. I gotta put, it's not just a him. It's not a himothy. It's not. And that's why this shit feels the way it feels right now. Because I know a lot of you guys feel victimized by it. My own masculine feels victimized by it. Like, why the fuck can I go run and do this? But then it's my feminine that's strong, that's like, dude, release it. Because it's my time to shine. Release it. I got us. I'm about to come through with it. And I think it's gonna challenge a lot of masculines, but you need to understand, you've actually, for most men, versus most masculines, you've actually been imprisoned by the fact that you're being expected to provide everything all the time. So I know that even though it is like challenging and like shattering your ego right now, perhaps, to like let feminine energy or women in your life lead, like, it's not even just like leading, they're like what God is asking for, because we have a deficit of it. Like, we're missing genuine emotional expression right now in the world. You know, we're missing compassion, we're missing empathy. You know, we're in this narcissistic paradigm because there's not enough fucking water, literally. Like, if this is something that's happening on Mother Earth, masculine and feminine Mother Earth, there's not enough water. And so God is bringing new water sources down, and we cannot have masculines playing the regulator, not letting this come down from Tethered, not letting this come down our tree of life, right? Because here, look how many, this is what I'm saying, the divine feminine is just tired of their emperor, their partner, blocking the divine waters that are pouring down into the crown. Do you see what I'm saying? This is the blockage. This Emperor is putting up all this spiritual blockage for what the divine feminine is being asked to do anyways. Pour the water onto the earth. I'm getting waters right now, and I'm just trying to fucking water the earth with it. That's what all feminines in you, no matter your actual like, physical vessel, the feminine in you is trying to do that right now. So you have to surrender and let her do that right now without doing this, because a lot of y'all are responding to her this way. Where it's like flighty, like this is like, you know, you can't really, a page of wands, like you're not gonna really want to rely on their magic ability. They don't know, you know, you're staying stunted in terms of like what you can grow. You're still juggling. Like, it's done. You're not getting none of the old ways of getting things. You're locked out of it, you know. And so you can like have an emotional disruption about it if you want to, I guess. But you were being told this feminine is coming to change it. The ascended feminine, because there's wounded feminine, which is I think the masculine is used to. That's why many of you like don't open up all the way or don't really trust, even when you're in divine partnerships, like my partner, right? Like he's in a divine partnership with a high vibrational feminine, but the general consensus is that most feminines are toxic as shit right now. And so that's why most women don't tell you, most women that you hear right now, if they're talking about men, they're gonna be like, I want a nigga who and he better do that. I ain't even looking at a nigga. That kind of rhetoric, fucking fascist frequencies, bro. That's why men don't feel like just being attracted to you. Like there's the magic in your fucking actual penis getting hard for someone is so sacred. It's so sacred. And if you actually find that in the world, not from a lust place, but from a rooted place, where it's like, holy shit, my waters are rising. You know, my Kundalini energy rises for something that is so sacred, and only high vibrational feminines will honor that in you by providing you with the cup that holds just that. Because I really, if I could say anything, Dennis, I love you to death. I want you to know, I don't need $1 from you. I don't need you to do better at providing for me. I don't need, the response right now is not like, oh, fuck, I'm not like making enough money. Money is not gonna fix what's going on right now. Money doesn't have anything to do with anything right now. It doesn't. You can go somewhere, dude. You're going somewhere with the same feelings. You're going somewhere with the same fucking trauma. You're going somewhere with the same blockages. It's like, you know, I had this whole conversation with Dennis where I was like, you know, I'm really surrendering it this summer. I really am. I'm kind of okay. Like, you know, my divine masculine really had a big ego death because like none of this shit that my masculine wanted to do internally could just be pioneered. And I've had to like really like let go. You know, I wanted to go on tour. I wanted to do all this shit, but I really had to learn that like, you know, it was just about, for me in 2025, the fact that my masculine has got so good at listening to my divine feminine. Like, it doesn't matter what she says. It doesn't matter how bizarre it might sound to my masculine internally. If my divine feminine is like, apply for this, talk to this person, share this, do this, he does that. And this year I've been spending so much time just getting really good at doing that, because they need to have a good relationship. You can't control shit outside of you. You can't, you know what I mean? But the one thing you can control is the rapport you guys have, you know what I mean, internally. So I'm looking at myself, and I'm looking at the way that, like, you know, every time I have these moments with my husband, this is what real healthy marriage looks like. It's like, or not even just marriage, union, divine union is what I should really say. But in divine unions, every time I go through some experience like this, it's so helpful for me to reflect. Like, my husband represents my internal masculine, and that's why I keep him in my life. Again, it's not a possessive thing. It's not a like even just like closed off monogamous. It's not even on that. It's just that I know this person is I have to keep him with me the rest of my life, because before he entered my life, I was never always checking in, because I never saw it outside of myself. Like, it's like, I know these energies exist in me, but until I met Dennis, it was like the first time that I could be like, whenever I see a behavior in him, I'm like, oh, that's exactly what's going on inside of me. You know what I mean? And I need to tell myself, I need to tell my husband, and I need to tell every masculine out there, you, not only are you enough, that's not even for me to say, the actual valuable thing about you is what you naturally your energy naturally rises up to do, and nothing else. It's not the money you have. It's not the properties you have. It's not what your history was. It doesn't matter if you have a record. It's not about any of that. It's not. Believe it or not, the high vibrational feminine is like the actual sacred, amazing thing about you is the one-on-one presence of knowing. When we live in that sacredness where it's like, it's you and it's me, you know, we reflect each other 100%. When you get there, that's all anyone's ever asked. me and Dennis's relationship really doesn't have anything else other than our sex. Like, that is the foundation of everything for us. And we treat that like it is solid gold. Because it is. How many experiences do we have intimately with other people that aren't really mirrors of anything for us? And, you know, we just leave fragmented or with demon possessions or with fucking rashes and shit, right? So, again, I just want to say this because I feel like the masculine is like, this is the blockage they keep providing that this feminine had to keep pouring out. But I want you to understand, the year 2025 is all about divine union. It's all about your divine feminine telling you the instruction in the game plan and the divine masculine fulfilling it. Simple. And you're going to get initiated into that over and over and over and over and over again in this year. That's what's going to happen. And it's not about the results. It's not even about like if your divine feminine had a psychic download, it's like, oh, we should build this, or we should go here, or we should do this, or I feel this way, respond this way, whatever, right? When she's conceptualizing what it's going to be for you guys next, it's not even about like the time in which that, or if it's effective, or if you're building, it's not even on that. It's just the fact that you two get to build a life of doing this together. Because that's the real present reality. And I know right now something huge is shifting off of the masculines, and I'm being asked to channel this fucking message because I'm fucking stopping wars right now with the shit I'm doing, dude. I am. Because there's so many masculines I want them to understand from me, from a high vibrational feminine. I will never ask Dennis to pay me. Like, you guys see me on here every day being like, I'm a homeless, it's like, I don't ever look over at my husband and be like, what the fuck are you doing about it? You're an ain't shit nigga. No, this is a revolution. I'm revolutionizing because I think a lot of masculines that I also want to be deeply connected to, because I think they mirror my soul in life, are confused, like, because I think they're just like staying away, or they just kind of moved on with this flighty energy because they're just like, I can't provide for you, so there's that. And it's like, bitch, but you feel this, don't you? You did that. This is all we needed. The nature, right? I've been talking to so many masculines this week where I'm like, dude, be honest about what you're fucking attracted to. It's simple. It's simple, because you can't get watered if you're not even telling us what it really is for you. And most of you are too busy trying to live out a late stage capital and fascist regime that was like, men, go run the country, or go fucking run for office, or go be a lawyer, or go be a doctor, or go be a rapper, or go be a bitch. That doesn't fucking matter, right? Whatever the fuck people are telling masculines to do these days, that has never been possible. You were never gonna be able to do that. And I feel like your divine feminine is like telling you that. Dude, you gotta let all that go in this new era. You were never gonna be able to do that. Like, you literally, like, this is the masculines that were set up for failure in the patriarchy, because it's like, masculines in the comment, y'all know, like, it doesn't really matter how much money you make, you're always gonna have somebody that's gonna demasculate you. What's up with that, right? So I'm gonna come in as someone who also has a masculine energy. I'm predominantly masculine energy, believe it or not, in terms of zodiacal makeup. So as someone who's like heavy masculine energy, this is what I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm revolutionizing. Okay. What makes a divine masculine divine is that he lets go of all, he surrenders the ego, and he's so secure, because, and this is another side download, that I think that some of the masculines that I've empowered over time, especially through the studio, have truly realized that. Like, you know, maybe you used to deal with a lot of critiques and feedback and negativity, but I'm also getting that there's an emperor that, because of this cup, the shit that people used to do in the patriarchy to like fuck with men, they're actually able, like, and like, for example, like, a lot of people with men, they say crazy shit. They'll talk about your sexuality immediately. They'll be like, you didn't put a ring, you've been dating that girl for 9 years, you didn't put a ring, are you gay? Like, I genuinely getting, like, men have just been dealing with such like fear of like, just like these getting identified as something, even if the thing that they're being identified isn't a bad thing, but you know someone's trying to say it like in a derogatory term. I just feel like in the recent past, you had a huge complete awakening that was supposed to really help you understand what the new assignment is in New Earth, which is the divine feminine, not the toxic one. The divine feminine is about to pour the new water down for you. You know what I mean? And it should be the type of thing that helps you pour out all the attacks you dealt with, so that you don't have to keep performing this. So you don't actually internalize it as a masculine. If I can't be a provider and keep safety, that is one aspect, but you have a feminine in you as well, even if you are in a masculine presenting body. So you have to be in union in order to be in touch with how you would even protect or provide for your divine feminine outside of you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you still, like, for me, if you were interested in courting me, right, you'd have to check in with the condition of your own divine feminine in order, that's the portal to meet me. If you're trying to figure out how to manifest and come into union with me, that's what that's the bitch you're going through, the feminine in you. And that's all that's being said here. But I feel like there's a feminine that has been offering you a cup, and it helps you because you're glowing different. You are transforming at this time really radically to where like you show a completely different, I mean truly a completely different disposition. Completely different. Look at this. Because right now, this is what I'm doing. Divine Feminine is going to do what she's doing. If you're high vibrational, this is the message I'm giving you. I felt like I needed to come on here immediately and give this PSA. Because this is happening. I feel like this transformation is happening. Like yesterday was crazy because it was like masculines were all going through a lot, right? Like yesterday, it wasn't even just about masculines, but it was like kind of indiscriminate. Well, it was actually masculines. Yesterday, masculines went through a scary attack. There was like a charlatan that like got exposed. That was like, yikes. And so this is me coming in, like massaging and still doing work and like still talking about really important things that need to be talked about, right? Using myself as an example of like what we're gonna have to keep like working on in general. So the divine feminine is like having to discern, you get what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. And I feel like some space, some time, some reflection, maybe this video is gonna help you rush right in with this, because masculine, you know, again, like I said, I hold so much space. Like I said, I'm like a boy's boy. I'm not even a boy's girl, I'm a boy's boy. Like boyhood for me is so important. It's such a unique experience. I mean, obviously, like I could talk all day about girlhood, but like truly, like some of the things that made me want to be a filmmaker was actually like witnessing like the boyhood of like the boys around me in my life. Like just the archetype. I always was so inspired by like watching like young energies like try to navigate like the world we're in and what it expects of them. And I was always just like, God, it's so resilient. I used to really just, you know, Hierophant, exactly, because you need some time for some spiritual truth. Like this is what happens. Separate, but as soon as you separate, it's like you get the clarity. It's like this, because when you're divine, when a divine masculine and divine feminine separate or argue or whatever, both of them immediately go to God. Like right now, like Dennis and I are taking space from one another, but it's like we both go to God, and then as soon as we go to God, we come running right back to each other. But it's beautiful because even in separation, you are connected to one another. You can't be separate from one another. And in fact, you're allowing the divine to come in and administer the information that you really need about what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So just getting in the near future, it's like this feminine is literally seated, and it's finally about this masculine like running in. Because I also feel like this is kind of talking about like a choice as well. Like, which one's it going to be? And the divine masculine, like I said, it could be high vibe, could be low vibe, but they're gonna run in and make a choice, and it leads into union. So you need to choose that. But I think that's the thing. Is like I think the question today, July 3rd, would be, what are you going to choose? You should choose divine union, because there's not really anything else to choose. I feel like that's what was happening today. Like literally, I felt it today. It's like there's nothing else to choose. You can only go for a high vibrational feminine. You don't need to turn a high vibrational feminine into a low vibrational toxic feminine. You don't need to wish for that, because trust me, you don't want that shit, brothers. Like I said, a lot of people, you know, a lot of people talk about, for me, I've been talking a lot about, I've been really transparent about like a lot of my wounding, because I'm at this fucking place where I'm fucking healed and I'm able to talk about it, right? But one of the things that I feel like, you know, is really unique with me, a lot of people have, you know, talk about, you know, across gender sexual assault. For me, my story was unique because it was actually like the worst sexual assaults I've ever been through have always been at the hands of women. In fact, some of the worst experiences I've ever had in my life actually were perpetrated by like female predators. And so, you know, that's a whole different journey that I went on, you know, especially about how like, you know, being raped by a female while I was a child really affected warped my sense of sexuality. Like I definitely had like an experience in my childhood where I was like, I'm tainted in some way. And I felt like this person kind of condemned me to like lesbianism just because of like that experience. And also I was like 4 to 7. So I was just such a child trying to navigate that experience. And, it really fucked with me. So, you know, a lot of times, like, I do truly feel safer, not safer around men, but just like, sometimes, you know, I'm very capable of like how vicious toxic femininity can be because I've watched it and I've experienced it, you know what I mean? And so that's kind of what I feel, where it's like, you know, that all went away, but I feel like this is the masculine in the near future, like running in, because with God, with some reflection in your shadow, you know that the you know that you're being told that it's you can have the union whenever you want. It's like kind of what I always say. It's like emperor. You can have the union whenever you want. Like you can pick the divine path whenever you want. Because I think you're realizing now there isn't really anything else. I can go to a foreign land and I'm just juggling and I feel really locked outside. Like I'm getting like a lot of masculines that are like going to all the same places in separation and it's like not feeling better. Like because this is what just literally happened. Me and Dennis went on a walk. We were trying to go fucking see if we could fucking flip some cash or some shit. It doesn't work. It doesn't even matter. It's like whatever, right? But we went on a walk and you know, the material, we were focusing on material, but really we were just like doing something together, right? And you know, I kind of was upset because I was like, Dennis, hey, listen, don't get too upset about like how this is turning out because I don't really care about whether we get anything out of it. I'm homeless. I've been homeless for like a long time. So like I don't really care because I haven't really gotten anything I've wanted. So really the only thing I really focus on is like, Dennis, we can't turn to each other. Like this is a hard situation for one another to go through karmically. So like I just want to make sure we're good. I just want to make sure we're always 10 and 2. And he really reacted negatively to that. You know, he kind of was using the same like gaslighting, like, what did I do? How could I didn't do that to you? Like, and I was like, okay, well, someone's just bringing you a feeling. So you can't just be like, I didn't do that. I was like, I'm not telling you, I'm not asking you if you did or didn't do something. I'm telling you what I feel. I'm telling you I'm feeling hurt from you. You either care about me or you don't to rectify that or not. So then he's like, okay, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go take some space because like we don't have any privacy. So I was like, I'm gonna go on a walk because like I'm doing the Aquarian thing where I'm holding space for people who are going through wounding, but it's also wounding me. So I was like, I need to go on a walk. And he's like, actually, I need some space. I was like, oh, you need space? Great. Why don't you just go? So he went and took his space, right? So I'm getting that when you go and take your space, right? When you go and take your space, because say you and your divine feminine just had the same blow up me and Dennis. It wasn't a huge blow, but it's like the same riff we just had where it's like, I need space. So you go. So that I'm getting that like masculines are traveling. They're going to this, they're like, I'm about to go feel, I'm gonna go to my old stomping grounds. It's not gonna feel the same. It's not gonna feel the same. You're gonna feel like you're juggling. You're gonna feel like an outsider. You're also gonna feel really locked out. Because I want you guys to understand, we're starting an ascension process. You get what I'm saying? So what's happening and changing with you is spiritual. And there are certain spiritual things that once they get initiated, you can't undo them. Like once you bust out of a certain consciousness, you won't be able to go back. So I feel like a lot of emperors have like an immediate like knee-jerk reaction where they're like, no, I want to go back to my old ways. Like I want to, and it's not there for them anymore. Like it's not. Like I feel like you went somewhere and it's like, shit's not shaking. Like shit is not lit. It's not. Like I'm feeling like I'm getting like a lot of masculines like, dude, we always used to pull up to this club or to this city or over here when we wanted a good time and we went. For some reason it don't feel lit. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you right now, the general shit is cooked. The general shit is done. There's nothing that's just like fun to do. There's no like destination for travel or vacation that's just like lit for everybody. That's a myth. Reason you guys don't see me fucking all over the globe all the time. First of all, what the fuck, y'all? The planet's on fucking fire. Y'all need to bring some of these fucking trips down, okay? You get what I'm saying? Like some of y'all need to calm down. Some of y'all need to act like, some of y'all need to get on foot and realize you don't gotta fucking fly as far as you're fucking flying to get the fucking dopamine rush you're looking for. You really don't. And while you're over here fucking burning the planet to the fucking ground with your fucking jet ski, okay? But again, like I said, you know, I think the masculine went off and immediately it's like, this doesn't even feel good. What the fuck? Doesn't even feel like what it feels like. Right. Because you're not searching for a place. You're not searching for something to do. The thing that internal feeling of like, why am I somewhere and it feels like I'm not even included? Why do I feel so locked out? Baby, I'll tell you why right now. Because you've already initiated union with your partner. So you can separate from them and be like, no, okay, I'm gonna go back to my own single life. And I think you're finding that you don't even really have what you thought you had anymore because you started a spiritual thing that you have to finish now. You get what I'm saying? You gotta finish it. And I feel like this is the masculine after taking that space. Like on July 3rd, I'm like literally recording this now because I'm saying this, but like it's like you go and take the space and it's like you run back in because it's like, damn it, it's not even damn it, but it's not even like damn it. It's like I have to run to union because that's the only, it was always that. It was always like, even if you have a good memory somewhere, even if you're like, man, we always go to Boulder, Colorado every year and it always makes me feel so good. What makes you feel so good about that is like perhaps the union you were in when you go to certain spaces, right? And so I just think that, you know, if the masculine is still relying on like, okay, I gotta try to show like, maybe I should just like show more material shit to like show I'm a provider and maybe that'll make me more like just like, it's not even that. It's not even what you, it's not, I don't, listen, take it from, I am the divine feminine. I am y'all's divine feminine. I don't like you for what you have. And I know that's hard when you have built a whole life being told that your only value is what you can produce and make and give to someone else. But what if I told you my divine masculine already gives me whatever? I'm like, good, I don't really need anything. Only thing that I could get from you that I can't give myself is that You know what I'm saying? Only thing I can get is that like, your Kundalini energy is like it's beautiful for me to witness, and that's what I want to witness. That's all I want to see, because I've for 8 years I've seen the power of it. When we get to do this and we get to sit and look at our nature when it's butt naked and you know what I'm saying? When it's just that, it's like we can create anything. We can start whenever. We could be fucking homeless like me and Dennis and be so happy. You know what I mean? Like we really are so in so much joy. Like you guys would be like, you guys are just stupid happy. You know, like doing fun shit. But I'm trying to put you on game. If I can channel something for you, like you are so deeply loved, and it's literally your nature that is attractive about you. Because your nature is my nature. It's because I see divinity. When I see certain people, I'm like, oh my God, God wants me to have you. That's why they made us so compatible, so aligned. So let's see. Yeah. And I don't mind. Okay, I already told my husband, it's like, I'm actually chilling, dude. You know what? If nothing happens to me this year, that's great. Like, if I'm just sitting here, that's great. Because what I'm really committed to this year is, like, I don't mind being the fucking the person who's gonna fucking say it spiritually to, like, fill these people up. Because I think a generation of women and feminine energies that are gonna be really inspired to, like, ascend their vibration out of toxicity too, also want to find, like, that the benefit of doing that is like maybe I get to come into union, you get what I mean, with myself, and then maybe outside of myself finding like masculine energy that's healed. And so like because I'm here in this life and because I have a masculine, that me and him we do so much work on behalf of the fucking divine union journey, I feel like one of the things I want to do is like really give to masculine so that they're actually like up to par now. You know what I mean? Like so that you have what you need, but also so that you are someone's prize, because it's hard when you've been thinking that all of your value to your friends, your family, your lovers is like what you give to them, and it's not actually like your presence that's like the gift to them. You know what I mean? And so when you're always dealing with people like that, I think it can be kind of hard to receive just like love that doesn't cost a thing, to be honest with you. And you know, it can be great to show how deeply you love them. Like I get it, like gift giving is beautiful, but like, you know, the best gifts are the ones where you can feel the vibration of the love, not because of how expensive it is or because of how fucking whatever it is, but because of just like, this is really deep. Like I can tell that this was something that took depth for you to do. And so I'm just really in this place where I'm like really trying to just like communicate to the masculine frequency and like let them know whatever psychic and emotional experiences you guys need right now, so that you as emperors feel like you can move forward and do your job, you know, which is to take care of you and love you. Like this might be the first lifetime where it's not about providing for someone else, where it's not about even pushing yourself to have so much to manage, because that's what you think makes you valuable or like worth it or makes life worth it. You know, yes, I get it, guys. There's like seeking an experience. Like I want to go on a fucking yacht or something. There's like wanting to try those things, but those are, you know. And so I feel like it's a different thing though when you feel like, you know, we're kind of pining after certain like lifestyles because we're still trying to fill spiritual voids. And that's what I just see at the bottom of this. It's like this behavior where it's like, you know, I'm getting it. Like Dennis just like went separate. He's like gone right now. He like went on a walk without me and like whatever. But it's like in that time, it's like we're at this place where it's like it's nothing, you know, because I think he got frustrated that he couldn't provide something for me. Like I think he thinks that like what I really like the most about him is like the physical stability. I was like, no, you stabilize me by like showing me nature is real, by showing me like divine math is real. Like Dennis's synastry makes sense, and then the way he shows up in real life, like the way he's like with me 24/7 makes sense to what our astrology and our synastry is. So that's actually what I get out of him, like being reminded every day that like holy shit, like the divine is making like sacred carbon copies of souls. Like the divine is like designing all of this, and when you fall in a sacred love, like you're like, oh shit, like that's all you're just marveling at that. Like sex for me is so transcendental because I love to participate in it with energies that are like showing me like, oh my god, like of course it feels this good because all this also adds up, and it's like it just reminds you of the divine every fucking time. And I don't want the masculines to like shut down anymore, because I think they're used to like toxic feminines being like punishing them. I think I see my husband do it all the time. Like he had a crazy mother wound, crazy feminine negative reinforcement in his life, and I just sometimes I feel like he'll think that like I'm really like, he'll internalize that like if he can't provide for me, I do know it still like affects him, and I really want to eradicate. Like I don't need a thing. I really don't. Like none of us do. We really don't. Like people are like, oh, it's not that hard, you know, because trust me, like my partner's like natural like energy connection to me is like it. Like I don't I really don't need anything else. I really don't. Like, to hear his voice, to see his face, to hold his hand, to give him a hug, like, and to do anything even deeper than that. It's like, I'm still there. And that's how I knew I was a divine feminine, because like I'm never not just like, holy shit, dude. I could spend genuinely, like, when I know this sounds crazy when I say like I'm really like a lover, like I feel like that's like what I was born to do. It's just because like for me, when there's something I truly am like, I am, this person is phenomenal, like just like so perfect. When I love something, it's like I'm super fixed, like a lot of fixed time energy, you know what I mean? So I'm just like staring at it forever. Like I could just stare at you forever. I could literally just like love you forever. And when it comes to Dennis, he was like the first person. I didn't even think I was gonna get this in life, let alone like think there would be more beautiful romantic love on top of that person. But like, you know, he changed my life. He's so perfect for me, like perfect for me, you know. And he taught me like what energies that are like good for me would like be like, you know, and in practice and in a real way. And I don't want him to carry the burden anymore, you know, of feeling like he's being measured by something that like I'm not really measuring him by, but it's like the society and the world is measuring him by, you know. And like I said, being a man right now is such a nuanced experience that I'm just like, can we get a support group going, guys? Like, can we like all, yeah, because look, do you see this man group men right now? Divine feminine, right? Right? Because divine feminine is like, we already have it. We already have it. It's already growing in our garden. We don't even gotta fight over it. Right? And that's why she's like, there's so many people fighting over this divine feminine, because I think they're few and far between. There's not very many around, you know. There's plenty, but I mean, you know, the majority is coming out of the toxic paradigm, because I came out of it. Like, it's not like it just like wasn't overnight. It wasn't just like born high vibe. It was processed through the fucking matrix, just like all of you, you know. But these moments really strengthen, like, you know, right now, like, I'm really grateful. Thank you guys for just like letting me come on here, because like truly, like, I'm not afraid of like the strength that I'm gonna get from being in partnership. Like, I'm not, like, even these moments, like, they just teach me so much about myself, and they teach me to like continue to pour it out and to like maintain myself, because like Dennis's inner child is like so important to me. I think the men that I like the most are like, I really love like the little boy in there. I'm like when I can, like, you know, so protect the little boys too, you know, protect them, because that's the reason they're all so fucked up in their adulthood, is because they were fucked over, you know. And I don't know if a lot of people care, you know, because it's so easy to not care. You know, because I think you'll find, I know there's, let me just reach up on this, but I know there's a lot of fear right now, you know, masculine. There's a lot of fear right now about like, how do I bridge this? How do I make the jump? And the jump isn't a tax bracket jump. It's not a new business project you need to start jump. It's you are being asked that all you have to do this year is just be present. Be super present with what you really like, what's really for you, what really stimulates you. That's the only thing that's causing the disharmony. It's the only thing. The discord, the dysfunction, the conflict energy, the warring energy, as you're moving from the third to the fifth dimension. Yeah. Exactly. Because I just feel like right now, it's really the truth. Like, masculines, they're slipping away. This is like you slipping away from the third party, because you realize now, like, you have, I'm telling you, July 3rd, you have like concretized evidence. Like, that wasn't even fun. Like, we're throwing the same fucking function with these third party people, and it's like, I'm still slipping away to go give this. That's what I'm seeing. I'm gonna slip out. I'm telling you, this summer is not gonna look anything like you might have thought, because you might be putting yourself through what you were gonna intend to, but I think what you really want, it's like a lover summer. It's like a one-on-one summer. You know, it really reminds me of like 8 years ago when I met Dennis. The summer we had was like, the rest of the world didn't matter. Like, we were just, everything melted. Everything melted. Everything just disappeared. you know, out of our sphere. And it was just us. And I think maybe it's this message that changes the outcome, that like makes people realize, like, I just ran off and kind of had my little, you know, toxic masculine episode where I just fucking did this on him. I just thought maybe I'll just pull up to another city if I just escape, or if I just run. And then you run, you go run, go do it, try it. And you're juggling yourself. You're like, you feel juggled by those around you. You're juggling yourself. It's like, you know, your hands are full. It's like, oh, it's a lot to manage. And you feel kind of locked out. You don't feel like you belong. So when they went and had that, I feel like the divine masculine went to do some third party shit. Went to go like, go do it, go walk, go fly off, go fucking do whatever, dude. I promise you, the divine feminine is strong enough to call you right back home. This is someone who's like, no, I'm good, dude. Don't y'all keep partying, y'all have fun. Don't worry about me. I just, you know, I'm a little tired. Like, and the whole time they're like, I'm out of here. I'm going back to my divine feminine. I am, because, you know, believe it or not, your divine feminine understands. I even know why Dennis is doing what he's doing. He spent an entire life, and any lifetimes he spent in a masculine body, he has spent being measured by things that have nothing to do with what he's really truly measured by the divine for. The divine has got one rubric for us: tell the truth. Do you truthfully? Because you can't be anything other than your authentic self, right? Like Aquarius, that's why I kind of told you guys, it's like there's nothing to modify. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do a lot of unsustainable shit. Gym culture, fucking plastic surgery culture, fucking trend culture, makeup culture. The clothes aren't gonna make you prettier. The makeup's not gonna make you prettier. You know, the bust down 30-inch, fucking bone straight, bumped in, it's not gonna make you prettier, right? Aquarius is just like, if you can't fucking fuck with it, what it is, it can't be anything else. You could go fucking get a new face. But, I mean, what's that gonna do? What's that gonna do? Fall in love with something that isn't there? That was never there? You can go get a new body. What's that gonna do? So I was just getting that, like, perhaps even this message is like someone's like slipping away to like be fulfilled. Like, I'm telling you, like, masculines everywhere, especially masculines that are meant to get initiated at this time, it's like they're really feeling like, yeah, divine feminine's the only one speaking my language. She's the only one posted up doing some shit I really had the energy for. Like, to be honest, y'all think I'm not being victimized here. Like, I genuinely told Dennis, I was like, I don't even know if I don't even have to be honest, I'm so slow moving. Like I said, some of y'all been too jet set. Like, some of y'all, not just some of y'all, most people, like, with their disposable income are fucking all over the place. Do you understand? You guys also, welcome to spirituality, but like, do you understand travel has spiritual implications as well? So when you're all over the fucking place, flying, fucking however the fuck you get around, just remember, like, moving out of your ego and just like doing shit, it also has spiritual implications that we can also talk about. Astrocartography, we can also talk about, like, you're literally time traveling. So, you know, you many of you don't even understand like what you're doing or why you always jet lag is not, it's a spiritual symptom. It's like, anyways, but this is what I mean. I feel like the Emperor is about to get a reason to like lead the party. They're about to pull it's not you guys, no, it's me. I'm not, go do it, go on, you guys do it. Like, it's all good. The whole time the realty is like, they're ready to go give this cup, you know? So beautiful. Let me see if there's any other messages. Again, masculines, divine masculines, I love you for nothing more than just like, I love you. Like, I don't have anything else. I don't need anything else, because I also have a divine masculine that can provide for me as well. We all do. So, you know, but I love my divine masculine internally because he is so loving and receptive to my divine feminine and just like believes in her and like builds for her. He built my divine masculine, built Tethered Studios. My divine masculine is the one that's like, on the keyboard every day, you know, because the divine feminine's like giving me the narrative, but the fucking masculine is one that's like actually gonna write it out, you know. So let me see if there's any other from the Aquarian. See if there's anything else. You were loved just for your one. Like, if you know, when you cut it all back, because this isn't about like, it's not good to like build a bunch, you know, build whatever, but you want to start here. So if you've built a whole life before, on top of not being honored for like what you're actually attracted to, that's what like is causing all of this frustration at this time, you know. And it's a huge, it was intense, it was a feeling, but I also feel like this full moon, you know what I mean, this contract really materializes. I think that like this Cap full moon is just going to be so huge. So I'll just end on that message. But I feel like the Capricorn full moon that we're about to have on the 11th, I think by then the real reality of like your divine feminine, your divine masculine, and the spirit being like in a holy trinity will actually have come down. You know, because I just think that like, yeah. So we'll end on this. That is definitely the frequency here. Definitely the frequency here. But this is all. This is all. So I'm gonna hold out for more time, however I can get it, and know that this will happen. That's why I have nothing to do but to be here waiting for my divine masculine to feel stabilized and like it's good. So thank you again for this. I hope that gave some clarity, but I want to keep working like at a daily capacity, because I just feel like that's what's needed on the planet right now. It's like not more doing, but more like water, you know, and watering people. And I, you know, maybe the holy cow right now is just like watering people. Like I just want to water you, you know, nothing in return, whatever. You still don't gotta acknowledge me, whatever. But people need watering right now, and just like I need watering right now, you know. And so I'm hopeful. Gonna get this uploaded tonight. Happy again birthday to any Cancers. Happy summer to everyone. But I just had to say this because it helped me during this time to, you know, stabilize and find my own footing. You know, move through a time that was hard, because I hate being in separation. I hate, you know, being sad, but I feel better. And, you know, I'm gonna just go love on my masculine and like let him know, like, I love you for you, and that's it. And I don't have an expectation, and I never will have an expectation that you need to do more than what you're already doing, which is just being in my life. It's like so enough. It's like I wish I could express how much it fills me up. Just like presence. I'm a Taurusman. Presence is such a luxury to me, and just standing there, like I'm the kind of person that's like, did you know like the rain is like divine? Did you know that fucking cats are fucking divine? Everything's divine, you know. So for a divine feminine, just this is what I'm saying. This person was like, you never needed to get me the rollie or a fucking house or a car. Like this person is good with this. So I'm just gonna. I'm done actually. So, anywho, alright. I am clocking off. I'm gonna follow up on my own personal plans, but thank you guys for listening. Like I said, there is, look at this. This comes, you don't have to worry about that, but you gotta start with the feeling first. You know, you definitely have to start with like making sure that you're in the awareness of that. Like that you're in the awareness is like it doesn't take anything for this feminine. Other than that, that's the most valuable part, and that's the thing that I think you're gonna hear the most reverberations. Like, dude, I don't build too much on top of this. This is all I need from you. Truly, you are, you know. But I think it is also part of the work of like, if you're strong enough as a divine feminine, like it is part of the work like right now. Like if people are wounded, you just have to be able to give more. So, love it, hate it, bless it, peace out.